Welcome to this analysis of gold XAUUSD. My name is Vic. Thanks for joining me here. This is going to be end of the year analysis update, so there may not be any further, but this is going to be a very important one. And towards the end of the gold it has started to jump up. So is it going to finish the year on a bullish note, or how is it going to end? Let's find out in this analysis. Right. So here we have monthly time frame, but even before that, let's go to 12-month time frame and start from there. Now, what we can see is something like this. The market has been bullish, right, and it has been going up like this. And now, the previous year, 2021, was a bearish candle here. And this year has been quite a indecisive candle. The market went up and then fell down. Now it is creating a little small body right there. Now, if you focus on just the current candle, then you will notice that it is trying very hard to actually go and turn as a bullish candle. Which why is that happening is because the previous momentum has been bullish. It took a little bit of bearish break here, and now it may try to go and end as a bullish candle here. Now it may or may not go all the way high up by the end of the year. Okay, it may not even go and close above the previous bullish candle. That is also quite a possibility that it won't happen. However, there are few possibilities. One is that it will remain as it is, so consolidate for the rest of the period, up and down like for a few days, and after that holiday period will come in, and then it won't move that much. Okay, so that is a one possibility. Second possibility, it turns into little bullish candle, right, which stays within the body of the previous candle. So it can go like something like this, a bullish candle like this. Okay, not maybe like that, but maybe like this. Okay, so that is quite a possibility. So gold can still go slightly up to finish as a bullish candle. That's one of the possibilities. Now the third possibility is the bearishness. You see, this thing got pushed up in last couple of weeks, right? And sometimes what happens is during the end of this candle, during the while it is still it's towards the end of the life cycle, it tries to come back down and finishes off as a bearish candle. So there are three possibilities, as I said. One is that it stays like this. Other one is it becomes slightly bullish candle and stays within the body of the previous candle. Third one is that it turns into bearish candle once again. Basically, it wipes off all the bullish behavior that it had in past few weeks. So that is quite a possibility. Now, if I go to the monthly time frame, on monthly time frame, this is what has been happening. I've been talking about this pattern for a long period of time, and it obviously these patterns take time because we are looking at monthly time frames, so they make months, weeks, maybe years. So we had this W pattern, if you remember this, we have been following that, and then in there we had another W pattern. So the market went up and fell down, and now in this process, because every W pattern is followed by an M pattern is followed by W pattern, so ultimately what's happening here is that market is potentially going to create an M pattern. So I've been talking about this, and this M pattern does not complete here. The market pushed up, I know, but it does not complete here. It completes around now in 1500s, and it there's an extended version which can go all the way down to 1300s as well. Okay, now having said that, look at this particular part, because the market has pushed higher even before it reached the 1500 M pattern, which means that a lot of bullish buy like a lot of bullish orders have already been taken in the market, right? This thing has already been done, which means that now the market may actually try to form a bigger M pattern, which is going to be not like this, but something like this. And that can still be 1500 can have intermediate stop, intermediate target, and then it can continue to fall down to near about 1300, 1306, or 1326, near about there. We'll find out as the market reaches there. So this is what can happen on monthly time frame, and it may take months. It probably will take months, right? So right now, what is happening? if you focus only on this section here, the market fell down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, near about 7, 8 months it has just been falling down. And when that happens, when there is a lot of bullishness, whenever the price starts to go up, it turns into a kind of like a squeeze. So this was a kind of squeeze which actually happened, and the market started to go up, and it has reached a level here where it is taking a little stop here. Now if I go to the weekly time frame, then it starts to make a little more sense. So you see, so far this is what has been happening. The market has been getting impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction. Now it is taking something like this. Okay, so it's quite possible that it will reach the previous structure here, approximately 1880 or so. Yeah, approximately there. And if it continues to rise up, then 1960 or so, that structure here. So this is the section, and this is the section, and in that process it is forming a complex W pattern as well. As you can clearly see that we have a W pattern forming which can take it to this level. Okay, but it remains to be seen whether it actually properly gives a confirmation above this. So far it has not been able to do that. There has been a fake breakout above the previous structure here, so it has not been able to confirm that. However, in coming days, if it starts to go rise up, then you can expect it to reach near about 1850 level or so, and then it can start to fall once again. So this is what we have here. Now let's go to the analysis that we had previously. So actually, before that, let me show you what has been happening here on this. If I open the analysis, this is the structure that we have been following. This is the pattern that we have been following. And as I said, we were expecting, and we still are expecting market to complete this bigger M pattern. This is the minimum target that you're looking up for, 1586. Now the market has jumped up, creating a triple top. We'll see that in a second again. The market has jumped up, and the next level is going to be 1833, 1855 approximately. Remember, this was actually posted around here, right? When we were here, somewhere around here. So it has been working perfectly fine. It is just that market has taken a little deviation from here, and it can still form an M pattern like this and further down because of this. So will update this when we will reach the new year, but so far it has been working fine, and there are no issues with this. Let's look at the analysis that we have been following for past few weeks. So there are a few things that I will talk about. One is that these lower levels, as I said, if that M pattern starts to form, these levels are going to act as our targets. Now, which levels am I talking about? This one, 1584 is still place where it can come to, and then 1522 it can come to, and if it continues to fall, then it is going to go for extended profit target in 1400, and then 1306 or so. So that is quite a possibility. So those are the bearish targets whenever the gold starts to fall and starts to form an M pattern. On the bullish side of things, the market has been respecting some of our levels here. If you have been following my analysis, you remember that 1806 has I don't know for what reason, but for some reason, this 1806, the market keeps on coming back to 1806, and it keeps on getting respected again and again and again. As you can see here, the market respected here. It came here, fell down, came here, fell down. So it's kind of it tries to stay around 1806 for some reason. So that is why that is in yellow. So all of these yellow lines, horizontal lines, these are important structures levels. You can use them as support, resistance, entry, profits, or whatever. Yeah. Now let me clean up some of this because these are not valid anymore. So there was a gap here that has been filled. This has been filled. Okay. Now because we are here at the moment, okay, what is the next thing can happen? You see, we are in consolidation at the moment. The market has been just going up and down. So if you are trading smaller time frames, that's perfectly fine. You might find few opportunities here and there, but it has been going sideways here between this and this. Okay, but if the market starts to go up, then this is the zone that we are looking at. This is the same zone, 1850 zone that I was talking about, and this also has a trend line here. So you can expect if the market comes here, you can expect it to start to fall down because we will have a W pattern you will have this FCP zone, we will have this trend line. Okay, we have this previous structure as well. Okay, so that's one of the possibilities. If the market continues to go beyond this, the next zone is going to be around 1884, 1906. That is going to be the next one. If it continues to go higher than 1954 and then 1979, I do not expect that to happen easily. However, this zone can be reached because we have two gaps available here, and there's one gap available in the lower zone of 1857 as well. And these gaps are going to get filled at some point in time. We do not know when. It can be this month, this year, next year, or maybe in coming years as well. I'm not sure whether you have seen it, but one of the posts that I posted on LinkedIn and other social media platforms was I think it was CHFJPY that closed a gap after 42 years. So you do not know when exactly when these gaps are going to get filled, but market usually comes back to them and fills them up depending on the behavior of the market, right? One thing, remember I mentioned about this area. I said like this needs to be cleaned up, and part of that has already been cleaned up. So the market actually traveled to that area. Similar sort of area is around here, so that is also a possibility. So on the bullish side of things, if the market continues to go up as we are approaching the holiday period and we are also approaching the new year, so there can be liquidity issues, or they can be like a lot of spiky sort of movement. So trade what you see and trade only what you are comfortable with. So if the market continues to go up, then you will look for the next target as 1822, 1838, and in this zone I will not look for a long, I will probably look for a short position. All right, and I will go one step at a time, smaller targets, not huge profit targets or anything like that. If the market continues to go up, then the next target is going to be this one, because we have another trend line. We have few gaps available here, so the market may all go all the way to 1906. We have round number there as well. Okay, so that is quite a possibility. So these two can act as very good resistance zones. Hence, if you are taking a bullish trade, then these can act as your profit targets as well. Okay, let's go and look at the bearish side of things. So if the market continues to fall where it is right now, it will probably come back to this 1785 here. Then we have 1768, approximately that. And then market can continue to fall into 1727, and then you can read all of these levels one by one on your screen here. I will share the chart in the description of this video and in our channel as well. Okay, so you can find that these levels. One important thing that I mentioned a little earlier in this analysis was this triple bottom here. Now, this triple bottom is a liquidity area. It will get violated at some point in time, and that's what the purpose of this thing is. Initially, like because the gold is one of those markets which keeps on creating double tops and triple tops and double bottoms and those sort of things, and the market usually goes to those areas to grab liquidity. For example, we had one here. Okay, sorry about that. We had one here. Okay, which happened. So the market went through it and it actually grabbed all the liquidity, all the stop losses here. Similarly, this is going to get violated, which also tells me that maybe the market is going to go to this FCP zone or slightly higher and then start to fall back down to grab the liquidity, reach these targets at 1584, 1522, then 14 something, and then 13. We will have to analyze those. Okay, and in our in our analysis, we will also look at low finer levels a little bit later as the market starts to move in that direction. So you already have all these levels available here, and hope you enjoyed this analysis. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with other traders and trading communities. Have a great new year, and I'll see you in the next one.